That, of course, is the voice of our Atlanta Falcons, Wes Durham. It is Dukes and Bell, guys. And on Tuesdays, we get a chance to catch up with our dude, Grady Jarrett, defensive tackle for our Atlanta Falcons, brought to you by our friends at Cobb County Kia. And Grady joins us an intriguing week. We had the most interesting win of anybody in the NFL. There's no doubt about it as it goes down to the wire. Good to see you, Grady. What's going on, man?
Man, not much, man. Good to see you guys. Glad to be in studio with you. You know, it's always fun when I come on, man. Just happy to get to it.
Well, I tell you, congratulations on the win, which we'll talk plenty about, and we'll turn the page and talk about Buffalo. But we have to start with the reaction we've seen around the NFL over the weekend and the response to the president's comments. And you were one of two Falcons that kneeled, and I want to give you an opportunity to kind of talk about that and explain your reasons behind that and what went on.
Yeah, man. So for me personally, it was very emotional and trying, and it was challenging for me when the comments originally dropped. You know, I saw it on Twitter come across my phone, and I saw it, and it struck me deep. And it struck me deep because, in the just the temperature that we in this world, guys in the NFL who've been open about, what they protest and trying to have a better world when they're, exercising their constitutional rights, and that they get called, a SOB, for doing what they believe is right. And for me, that resonated with me because, I just feel like, is unfair, and life isn't fair, but it struck me deep to the fact that I felt like I couldn't even sleep the night before a game, about to go play Detroit, on my mind all day, and I'm so close with a lot of guys around the league. I'm close to my family, so it was just an attack on I feel like guys who trying to step up and for reasons that I believe in as well. And I hate the dialogue of disrespect to the American way or the flag. I feel like, me personally, I feel like I'm proud to be an American. I'm proud to be able to live here. I respect it. I have family that serves in the military. My late grandfather served 3 terms in the military. I have cousins personally served in the military. I've been on USO trips with the Atlanta Falcons. I respect the meter for respect for the military and the U.S. for what it stands for, what it do, what we stand for as a country, all the opportunities that we have here, and is through the roof. But I did not appreciate and respect the comments that was made by the president, and it bothered me to the fact where I felt like I don't want to support that, and I wanted to make it clear that it bothered me, and it's crazy because you get backlash from it, and people say, well, if it's so dear to you, what you doing? I've been doing stuff in the community,
right?
Since I've been drafted to Atlanta, I've been doing the most I could do economically, with my position, but I've been doing the stuff in the community and trying to be a positive role model for kids and give them somebody to look forward to and say, I want to be like Grady Jarrett, and that's dear to me. And I get emotional about it because I work so hard to be able to get on a level like this, and then you show what you truly believe in or how you feel about something. Now it's a problem. And so I've been blessed to be a part of that Atlanta Falcons organization that gives us the backing, to express how we really feel. Mr. Blank came and stood on that field with us, which was, words couldn't amount how much that meant to every man in that locker room, every coach in that locker room, the people of this city. So I've been in I couldn't name a better situation, man. I couldn't name a better situation. I'm proud to be who I am, and my statement to. First thing I said to the media after they wanted to talk after the game, of course, was what made you do it? My first reaction to it was I told them that I feel like I'm a son of a queen, and so are all the other little black boys around this world, because it's so much everybody's situation is different, but the attack to say SOB, it was so personal. And I feel like come on, think of everything we're going in this country. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have your leader calling. I ain't never heard nobody call nobody SOB.
An attack on American citizens, sure.
And for it to be, majority, as far as black players protesting for, equal rights and just different a lot of different things going on in the community as far as different as far as police brutality, feeling they not getting treated fairly, which is which is why it started in the first place. But I felt like it was an attack, and me being who I am, being in a position that I'm in, connected to the type of kids and families that I'm connected to, representing that in the city that I'm from for the team I play for, I believe I did the right thing. But
and Grady, that's all that matters. I wanted to give you an opportunity. We did on this program to have you express yourself for those people who have not heard the reasons or the reasoning behind it. And ultimately, you were not the only one, and your team stood behind you, and as you said, the owner did. It's Grady Jarrett here on Dukes and Bells as he joins us for his weekly segment.
And we're going to move on to talking football. But, guys, the things we've heard about people saying, these are just flippant decisions by these athletes. You hear how this man has wrestled with this the last 48 hours. Okay, I mean that's real. That's not contrived. That's not somebody sitting there just trying to be gimmicky or something. That's coming from the heart. So I hope you hear the message. All right, man. Let's talk about football and on to the most crazy, wackiest ending we've ever seen.
It was.
And who, by the way, if you go back and watch it on the DVR, the first man who points ground is you because you see that Golden Tate's knee is down before that ball breaks the plane.
Man, that was intense. So we down on the goal line. They got 4 downs to go to try to score to win this game, man. So it's funny because, man, we practice for stuff like this, man. We go through training camp. We got this drill called Red Zone Lockout, and that drill came to life. We play hard through the first couple downs, man. Got a couple stops, and it all came down to that last play. He threw it out to the Tate. I turned my head, saw him. It was iffy. I didn't know which way the call was gonna go, but I know for sure I was about to have them some way, somehow. Somebody's going to believe me enough to go look at this play. So I'm slamming my hand on the ground. That thing touched the ground. And at the end of the day, his knee ended up touching the ground before he went in. Clock was running. So, the 10-second runoff rule, we ended up winning the game. Hard-fought game, man. Fighting back from, just shows how a complete game could be played as a team. How teams complement each other as far as from the offense, defense, and just be able to pull out a win in a tough situation in a tough environment. It was great to be a part of.
It really is, man. It was exciting. I'm not going to lie now. I'm at the house, and I said this, I'm literally like, we just lost this game. And I'm thinking all the things, mistakes, because we made a lot of mistakes in the game, and we had turnovers. And then when they came out and were like, the Falcons have won. What? Oh, my God. So I'm like screaming, and a guy on Twitter hit me up. He was like, man, I just almost threw something around across the room. I said, yeah, I started twerking. I'm not even going to lie to you. So I can only imagine how you guys felt on the field.
Man, your reaction probably was about the same as ours, man. The referee announcing what's going on, said the knee was down, then ended up announcing the game over. So everybody stormed the field, man. It was awesome, man. It was great energy, man. Great feeling. Glad to be on the right part of that, because that's a tough L. That's a great win.
3-0.
Yeah, 3-0.
The thing is, the way
3-0, that's all that matters.
The way we looked at it as Grady Jarrett, George, is brought to you by Cobb County Kia live in studio. Is obviously the Super Bowl ended, but now the Lions and the Bears game as well. The defense steps up, there's no more pressure than where you guys were in both those games.
Yeah, man. So we're just trying to continue to grow. Like I said earlier in the past weeks. A focus for us as a defense is to become better closers, finish games better, and our emphasis that we've put on that through training camp, throughout the week, day in and day out, is starting to show through the games. But because you never know when you're gonna have a game like that. Every game in the NFL is hard. Every game, no matter what the team record is, you can get beat any week versus any opponent. So these are the best. Everybody on the NFL roster, they the best at what they do in the world. it's only so many spots. So I mean, it's definitely highly competitive.
Grady Jarrett with us here in studio. Can you hang for one more segment? We want to talk more football,
Let's
man.
do it, man. I'm good. I'm with y'all.
All right, we're going to come back. We're going to talk more football with him. I want to ask him about, from a defensive standpoint, and we'll ask Grady this when we come back. The turnovers. Matt throws an interception. Defensive guys pick him up when he comes off the field.
Oh, without a doubt.
And, Sanu, because we know you and Sanu were chopping it up.
Oh, yeah.
He had one go through his hands. We'll get into all of that and talk about Buffalo guys, because that's next on our schedule.
Shady McCoy is up next in the crosshairs for Grady Jarrett and company. Grady Jarrett, extended Grady Jarrett right here on Dukes and Bell.
It is Dukes and Bell. Falcon Report coming up at 5. We'll hear from Dan Quinn. DQ talking about the Bills. Gives us an injury update, guys, and lots more about Tyrod Taylor, the quarterback that our man Grady Jarrett will be facing on Sunday as the Bills come to town. Grady Jarrett joins us, courtesy of Cobb County Kia, in studio today as Grady had 4 solo tackles Sunday against Detroit. I want to ask you about, the mistakes, because we made some mistakes. We were able to overcome them in this game. And Matt threw, in my opinion, he threw the pick 6. The other 2 were tipped. But when a guy like that, Matt comes off the sideline and, from a defensive standpoint, you guys trying to pick him up?
Without a doubt. I always try to, if something happens, sudden change is going to happen in this game. We call it sudden change when, there's a turnover or something. So defense have to go back on the field fast. You always try to reassure your guys that you got their back. You have their back. Maybe because there's times when we may give up a big touchdown, they got to go get a game-winning score. So you got to have each other back. And that's the cool thing about playing for a team like this is like, they have the confidence enough that we going to go get a stop, and at most they're going to get a field goal, which is what happened in the game. So so they're confident in us, and we're confident in them. And, things happen in this game. It's not a perfect game. That's why we play it. So you definitely got to have each other back.
The time of possession, we talk about it. It seems like, defenses in the Super Bowl, that's always a game we'll come back to, and we'll try to put that away. But it is part of it, fatigue. If a team is out there, if your defense is out there for more than, half the game, you're going to wear down.
Yeah, without a doubt. So, I mean, it's always good to try to get off the field, man. You got to win third downs or get turnovers. And so that's as a defense, that's always what we try to.
Now, I don't want to get you in trouble with the league, so I'll do the talking. You can just nod or shake your head. The refs, I mean, I'll look at you, Carl, not looking at him. But it seemed like there was a couple of plays where some guys might have had an extra grip on you there. Is it like a hold or two?
I mean, it's been a consistent theme. When you're a disruptive player, man. I mean, it's gonna happen. I know what's gonna happen going into games. Right. I need to save my breath for trying to work through them things versus complaining about it. So it's inevitable. It's inevitable, and at the end of the day. It's if they not trying to hold you, you ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, well, we've said this, and Grady came in today. I was like, just kind of busting his chest, like, man, you should have had 8 tackles, but they were holding.
The thing is, we talked about how Tack was going to get rotated in, and there was a couple plays where Tack, his first step, that burst was giving them trouble all day.
Oh man, Tack did a great job. Got his first NFL sack.
Yeah.
So shout out to Tack for that, man. That's awesome. Many more to come, and he played extremely hard. It was good to see him, get in there, get that action, and step up in the absence of Vic, and he did a wonderful job. And so he's just going to continue to get better with more experience, and that's the exciting part.
Yeah, the running game was working, man. Free was doing his thing.
Oh yeah, man.
I thought the run game really set up a lot of stuff offensively for you guys. When you're going up in camp and even at practice, I know you guys are not tackling full speed, but when you're going up against Free and you're seeing the things that he can do. Doesn't surprise you on Sundays when you see it, right?
No, not at all. Not at all. I played Free in college, so he was always a guy that he ran with a certain attitude.
You see him run that dude over?
Presence. Oh man, Freedom. He got so many of them on this. And if you walk next to him, outside of football pads, you may not think he solid, but I mean he ain't no huge dude. But that's one of the. He just got that strength and that mindset that you can't teach is in him, and just the things that he do on the field, he do them at practice as far as cutting, stopping on a dime, accelerating back, running through somebody. I mean, he get a total package and catching the ball. I mean, that's my dog, man, and I'm just glad to see him continue to have success and dominate.
But you touched on it because in years past, as Grady Jarrett's here live in studio, brought to you by Cobb County Kia. If you take it way back. Warwick Dunn was a guy that was always elusive, and he was a guy that was always able to miss. He's Mighty Mouse. He, hell with muscle hamster down in Tampa. Yeah. This guy wants that contact.
Yeah, man. He wants it, but I mean, he makes so many guys fall off his elusiveness as well. So I mean, it's like the best of both worlds, man. I'm glad I don't got to play against him. And I'm glad he on my team. I'll say that.
Well, Grady, coming up, man, we got the Bills, and you said it every week. There's no easy outs in the NFL. They come in 2-1. Tyrod Taylor's playing pretty good, but they got Shady McCoy in the backfield. They got some weapons.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
You're looking at this game, and you guys are on a roll right now. Talk about the momentum, though, and the confidence of the football team.
I feel like coming into the season, we were being confident, but just coming out winning some tough games and being 3-0, we know that don't have anything to do with it. We're all focused on Buffalo. So I mean, they got playmakers all over the field, man, and playing with Tyrod, who's a guy who's very athletic but has a really great arm as well. McCoy, which has been one of the best backs in the league for years, and solid offensive line. So I mean, it's gonna be a challenge, but we looking forward to it, and we well prepared, and I feel like it's gonna be fun.
Next man up, because Ricardo Allen is in the Rico, our buddy, is in the concussion protocol. So I mean, fans always ask us all the time. The Dan Quinn philosophy is you want to you're going to allow the stuff underneath, but you're going to basically dislodge the football from the receiver. Is that what the game plan basically is? Because are we playing more press from what you're saying?
Our mindset, we always going after the ball, no matter what it is, no matter the situation, first down, second down. I mean, we always going after the ball, but we're blessed with enough players that's able to, fill a void in the absence of Ricardo, but coaches, they'll make the best decision for the team. And, I mean, whatever they decide to do, we know whoever it is, however they decide to make it happen is going to be, the best decision for the team. And we back in whoever it is. I mean, we confident in all our guys. So, I mean, that's the great part about it to me.
Man, depth. We got some depth, and
that's what it's coming to.
Yeah, and you feel good about it, man. Do you guys like on the way home? Do you get a chance to watch the other games? Like on Sunday, were you checking out the other games? You guys chop it up on the plane coming back?
Oh yeah, man. We definitely like especially when you play that 1:00 game. On the plane, we'll have TV. You catch a game, help you pass time, listen to some music, watch the games, and you definitely catch that Sunday night and obviously the Monday night game if you play on Sunday. So it's always good to catch the games. Me personally, I like to watch little bits and pieces of it. After I play a game, I can watch a game, but before I play a game,
you can't.
I don't like to watch too much because it's an emotional game,
Right.
And I feel like to me sometimes. When you're watching the game, you're like, man, this game taking forever. Then you're like, man, I still got to play later. Like, I'm gonna be out there forever. But during the game, when you in it, it's like it's different than when you watch it. So when you're watching before, to me, it's a little draining.
Right.
And so because you have to stay locked in on what you have to do when your time comes to play.
Now, we do have a Virginia Tech-Clemson match. Speaking of Tyrod Taylor, by the way.
Yeah.
Clemson going into Lane Stadium, which is a tough place to play. They play Metallica. All them guys be going bananas. But slow start for Clemson against Boston College, and they blew doors in the second half.
Oh, man. The guys looking good, man. They looking good, looking strong. Defensive line looking ferocious. New D-line, shout out.
So by the way,
he said
so Grady, I was going to ask you, when we see these do the player introductions like on Sunday Night Football, you're going to say like, Grady Jarrett, D-line U.
No, I'm gonna give a shout out to the whole university, man. Clemson University, man. I'm proud of them. They proud of me, and but yeah, man. So the Tigers rolling, man. Virginia Tech's gonna be tough. To this day, man. I remember my freshman year. That's probably the coldest game I ever. And it wasn't even that late in the season. It was like in October. I don't know why it was so cold that day, and then it was probably like warm probably the next week. But I'll never forget that was the coldest game I ever been a part of.
Did you play all right?
My freshman year, I ain't play that much, man. I probably played like 10 snaps. I don't even know if that count.
Okay. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, you like that don't count in the official record. Speaking of that real quick, and we'll ask you this more. We'll get more to this as we go through the season. Because, guys, not only are we talking football with Grady, we're trying to get to know Grady a little bit more. And as fans, you go to the stadium, you watch Grady, you want to know the guys that you're rooting for. But Dabo, man, Dabo seems like a cool dude. And I'm just curious, like privately, how cool he is to play for.
Man, Dabo is a special man to play for. I say one because I feel like he lives what he teaches his players, and he cares about the players. And he demands the best out of the players, not only as a football player, but as a young man, how you carry yourself in the community and how you handle your business in the classroom. And no matter if you're the superstar or the 90th player on the roster, you're going to be held accountable for all the above. And he has a standard that he has set for that program that is unwavering, and that's very respectable. And I feel like that's why they're going to continue to have success for the years to come. Glad to be able to say I was a building block or whatever you want to call it for that program, and being able to go through it. They have, so much more, just cool things like the new facility. I mean, we had it real good too now, but they took it to a whole new level as far as their recruiting.
Yeah.
I mean, being able to attract top recruits. I mean, you gotta be able to compete, and so I mean, it's definitely awesome to be able to see that program going where they're going, having the sustained success, and so I mean, they're doing their thing right now.
You ever bust your ass coming down that hill?
I never did, and I've definitely had teammates that have rolled ankles and everything. You know why guys get messed up? Because on the hill it doesn't go straight down. It goes down, it plateaus, and then it goes down again. And at the plateau, some guys are so pumped up
they leap,
they jump, and they'll jump, and sometimes they be up there longer than they anticipated, come down all crazy, be hurt, and then it's like, oh well. I don't know how Coach Sweeney don't fall down the hill though. Man, he sprint down the hill so fast. He must have mastered it, because I mean, I ain't never seen nobody go down that hill so fast every time. But I mean, you got to be careful on that hill.
Yeah, it is the most exciting 25 seconds in college football. It really is, man. If you've never been to see a game there, it is really cool. Hey, Grady, man, we know you got to run. Real quick, I do want to mention this because we're talking about giving back. You did a thing this morning. I checked it out. We're on social media together, and you were giving back to the kids, man. What was that all about?
So this morning had some FaceTime calls with about 10, 11 middle schools, and we was doing the topic that they was talking about character, and they wanted to ask about peer pressure. How do you handle this? What's the best way to resolve conflict? And basically, I just gave them my intake on, these are middle school kids. So, kind of trying to rewind back to the time I was in middle school. Funny, one of the questions was, how'd you feel when it was time for you to go to middle school? And I'm like, dang, I was in 5th grade. Let me think about how I was feeling back then. But yeah, so it was awesome being able to talk with the kids, have fun with them. They really enjoyed it. They was really engaged. They got a chance to ask me a couple questions. And that was really cool to be able to do that this morning. I'm sure it made their morning, and the technology allows us to have more access to more kids now, because it's so hard, especially in the season, to get to this place physically. But make them seeing you on the screen after they show you a video of who you are, that just means so much to them, and see that you're a real person.
Well, we appreciate you coming to the studio. I know it's been a crazy couple of days, and give your take on other issues, and also tell you about what you're doing in the community, man. Best of luck against Buffalo, man.
Man, thank you, man. It's always fun to hear with you guys, and I appreciate it.
3-0, fool.
Yeah, darn right.
That's me saying that. That's not Grady. Hey, man, we will talk to you next Tuesday, and we'll see you down at the stadium, obviously, on Sunday, man. Good luck, and let's get these Bills, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, guys, plenty more to get to. Falcon Report's coming up, and a reminder that college football game time presented by Bud Light this Saturday at McCrae's Tavern off of North Perry Street on the square in Lawrenceville, as John Chuckery, Chris Goforth, and our man Randy Watson, Randy McMichael, broadcast live from 11 till 3. Make sure you check them out on the square in Lawrenceville. Go to our website for more information. College football game time presented by Bud Light, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. We'll come back, hear Dan Quinn and what he has to say, and Matt Ryan talking about the first 3 weeks of the season coming up in the Falcon Report.